Good morning. So for today, we're going to be focusing on a new type of lettering, and we're going to be making graffiti names. So graffiti is a type of street art, and here's some examples of graffiti. So graffiti is normally made with spray paint on buildings, bridges, surfaces that are outside, and but they usually have this like unique style to them, especially with the words. And so there's all different types of graffiti alphabets. And what I did was I looked up an alphabet. So I'm obviously not, I can't do the whole alphabet, so if you don't have one of these letters in your name, it would be hard for you to learn just from mine. So when you go to make your graffiti name, I would look up a graffiti alphabet on YouTube or Google. And then on Google, you'll see a whole alphabet, and you can kind of pick a font that you like the best and that fits your how challenging you want to make it. So this is mine. So I'm going to show you how to start with the lettering, make the drop shadow, and then also create kind of like a brick wall in the background. So I'm just using computer paper, Sharpie, and then to color I used oil pastels, but you could use anything that can shade would be best. So like a pencil if you don't have things in color, or crayons, colored pencil, anything like that. So I would use like your first name probably, and if you have a long first name, I would maybe use a nickname. So last names can be pretty long, and if you want to challenge yourself, you can do that. But if this is new to you, I would probably stick with like a short first name. So I did Tori because that's my nickname. So the first thing you want to do is just write your name lightly in the middle of your paper. And this is really just a guide to make sure that your name is going to fit on the paper. I'm sure it looks really light in this video. But you just want to know that your letters are all going to fit on the paper, and chances are, depending on the style, you might like kind of go off where you wrote your letters, but now you have a space to start. So when I go to make mine, I'm just gonna look at the letter, and it's like drawing. And if you don't do it exactly like the alphabet on Google, that's totally fine. So just kind of make it your own, but you could be inspired by those letters. So my T kind of comes down, goes back up, kind of has this wave to it. Except I kind of made that up. So remember, it's okay to make a mistake. That's why you're using a pencil. Okay. And then in the end, once you're done drawing these out, you can erase the pencil. So my O is kind of oval shaped. And then, oh, the other big thing is like in graffiti, the letters are normally kind of layered. So I'm gonna overlap some letters. So my O is like this big oval. With an oval center. Okay. And then my R oops. Maybe I'll actually just leave this one. I had like a tail on that one, but okay. So there's my R, and then my I is kind of interesting. The one I found, it looks like a 1. Ah, sorry. So I'm gonna maybe it's a little shorter. Well, I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll keep it. like that. And then it had the eye like kind of to the side. So there's my name in pencil. So what I'm gonna do now, I might just make this a little bit thicker. So what I'm gonna do now is, in a time lapse, I'm just going to Sharpie my letters and then erase the extra pencil. So I'll do that really quick. Okay, so now I've got my graffiti name all drawn out. So, and I erased my pencil lines. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna create these this drop shadow. So it's got 3 layers. It's got a black layer, a white layer, and another black layer. So we have to make 3 lines that go around each letter to kind of enclose that. So with a Sharpie, but if you want to use pencil first, you can do that. We're just going to create almost like a bubble around each letter, and notice like it's not just a circle, like I'm carefully going around each letter and kind of shaping it around, and that's what's going to give it that drop shadow look. So I'm going to do another layer, and it's okay if it goes off the page. Okay, and last one. So remember, 3 lines. So what I'll do quickly on a time lapse to save time, actually I might just color these in. I kind of feel like I made a mistake on this one. With this I did like a little shoop shoop. But you don't have to do it. And when you look up some graffiti letters, kids who are in like middle school, you could try, there's some really cool ones that have like shadows and edges to them, and so if you're feeling like you want to be challenged, more advanced, you should definitely try that. So I'm going to quickly on a time lapse, I'm going to color this area in with the black Sharpie, and then I'm going to color this area in with the black Sharpie, and you'll notice I'm going to leave the center one white. Okay, so my name is all, the shadow around my name's all colored in, and you don't have to do it in black and white if you don't want to. That was just my example, and I would suggest though maybe doing it in a color that like contrasts, which means it would maybe be complementary colors that are opposite each other, or colors that are darker and then make your letters lighter, because you want your name to be what really pops. So now I'm going to show you how to do this brick background, and you just need a straight edge. Again, I can never seem to locate my ruler, so I just have a paint stirring stick, and I just have to be careful about the little little divot. So you're just going to start by making horizontal lines that go straight across. So horizontal line, and then I'm just going to move this over so I don't hit that divot. Again, you want your brick to be like a darker color. That's not going to take away from your name. So like pencil is fine, or if you have a black marker or Sharpie, you could make it actual brick color if you want to. And this part doesn't take long just because your name takes up so much of your paper that there really shouldn't be much in terms of a wall. probably enough lines. So then you're just going to make some vertical lines, right, which mean going up and down, and I kind of create like a little, almost like a small little triangle at the bottom. And then you're gonna make one that kind of goes in between. So you don't want, like, bricks aren't like a checkerboard. They have to kind of go every other. So like in this row, this would go like here and here, and there would be one in the middle above it. So I would do like a row first, and you can space them out, you know, as much as you want. I could actually probably space mine out a little bit more, but that's okay. And then the one below it would just go right in between. So again, I kind of make that little triangle-y shape where they meet, and then I don't even need one over here. But then this one can now match the one like above it, so you kind of skip. And then again here, so this one wouldn't even really have one. Maybe I'll just show like one's going right there. Then this one, we're kind of guessing where that one's going to. This one wouldn't really have one. Oops, if we can see that. And then we'd maybe see one over here. Sorry, I added one little extra line because I thought maybe you would see that one. And again, this isn't perfect. It's kind of just it's a nice little effect. Okay, so there's my brick wall behind my name. So now the last thing that we can do is to color our letters. So I think the graffiti looks kind of cool when you like fade it and use all different colors. So again, you can use colored pencil, you can use crayon, oil pastel. If you don't want to do that, you could just do marker and do each one a different color. But I'm just going to show you. So I start with a darker color on the top. So I picked like blues and greens. So I'm going to fade from a blue to a green. So I'm like pushing down a little bit harder on the top, lightening up my pressure a little bit as I go down. I'm going to switch to my other blue. And then I'm going to blend these at the end. So and I'm just going to do one letter at a time. Okay, so now I'm actually going to switch to my lighter of the greens because I'm on the light blue, and I think that will blend together a little bit better. And then from here, I'm going to go to my darker green. So you'll notice that I did kind of like dark to light, and then back again. Oops, I could probably. Okay, so now with my finger, I'm just going to blend this together. And again, you can pencil shade these, and if you do pencil shade, just do the, you know, like darker pencil on top and then shade, and you can either go back to dark on the bottom, or you could just go lighter and lighter and lighter. Okay, so there's my T. I'm going to go ahead and complete the rest. So again, darker blue on the top. And then lighter blue. These are like kind of greenish blues. And then this green. And then I gotta kind of wipe my fingers off from the last one. Then I'm gonna take my finger and just, you know, I'm not pushing down super hard. I don't want to like push the oil pastel like off and lift it up too much, but just to blend them. There we go. So continue that again. And like I said, you can kind of look up some examples. There's some really cool graffiti names where like the letters are like kind of dripping. Some of them have different color drop shadows. Those look really cool. So you can create this however you want to. And I hope you guys have, oops, I must use the wrong color. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope this is a fun project to kind of start you off. I miss you all. I loved your teacher appreciation video, so I really appreciate that. It was great to see your faces. I was just saying the other day that my favorite part of being in school was, my favorite part of the day was in the morning, because I could walk, you know, down the hallway and everybody would say good morning to me and give me hugs, and it was just the best part of my day. So I'm definitely missing you guys and looking forward to when we can be in school together again. Okay, last one. Oh, look how dirty my fingers are. And then just blending my last letters. And there's my graffiti name. So again, I hope you guys have fun with this, and if you make some, I'd love to see pictures. Have a great day.